Okay, good morning. It's Wendy McGee, and I'm with Fitfannie, also known as Deskercise. And today what we're going to do is we're going to work a little slower, okay, to get more effective. So people are under the auspices of faster is better, and if you do more and you check that box and you go crazy and you're sweating like crazy, that you're going to have a better body. Not true. Oftentimes you end up injured. So today what I'd like to do is come into the upper body in more of a concentrated way. So if you have, I'm going to show you a series of moves that you can do actually from your desk. However, if you have water bottles, you can use weights or you can use water bottles. So oftentimes we have access to water bottles, but we may not have access to weights, right? So you could use water bottles. You could also use wine bottles. Wine bottles are going to be a little bit heavier. So with that being said, we're going to warm up the body. And what I want you to do is just bend the knees and inhale, come on up to the sky, and exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, inhale, come up to the sky, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up to the sky, reach, 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 and exhale, forward fold. Now what I'd like to do is just a little step out. So step and touch. And again, when you're warming up your car and it's in the winter months, do you just go and go when it's outside? I don't think so. So we have to do the same thing with our body. We've got to give it signs and cues that we're actually going to start some exercise. And we need it to be moving. We need it to be our best friend so that we can get the most out of the experience. So let's go from side to side. And now let's come into some arm circles. So taking your feet wide, you want to take one hand up and come all the way down and circle around. One hand up, all the way down, opposite hand up. And circle. Woo. And circle. So today we're starting a little bit later. We're starting at 9 versus 8. And reason being, whoa, I'm going to get busy. Let's go the other side. I have so many friends that are on the East Coast that would like to join during their lunch break. So I thought, okay, so I'll get my West Coast friends. Welcome, West Coast friends. And you're going to be at 9, so you can drop your kids off to school, come back, and do just 30 to 35 minutes for you. And then you have my friends that are in Europe. And now it's the end of your workday, so it gives you a little bit more flexibility to come join. Okay, so let's do lunges. We're going to do lunges, we're going to warm up the quad, and we're going to warm up the hamstring. So turning to the side, take one toe forward, take 1 foot back, and I want you to come down to a lunge and feel this stretch. You can straighten or you can do a slight bend, and then we're going to come on up and we're going to rock up to a runner stretch. So take your knee down, straighten your knee, take your toe up. Now don't expect that your leg is going to be straight, straight, straight. It won't. Even if you're on your knee, you could do this as another modification. You can do it on the knee and lift back. This is a little bit hard. So let's bring the knee down and take it back. Now here is another modification for you guys. When you come down, pull your heel back isometrically as if you're trying to move the rug or the mat underneath your heel. And you'll get a deeper stretch. And back. Now let's creepy crawl to the other side. Perfect. Lunge forward, runner stretch back. Lunge forward, runner stretch back. You got this. Lunge forward. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, everybody. How's everyone doing out there? How's your day? Are you looking forward to your weekend? And knee down, and back. And up, and knee down, knee and back. Woo! I'm looking forward to this weekend. I have some good friends coming into town that moved. And I was devastated when they moved, and I'm so happy they're coming into town. I get to see them. Let's do, how about we do this? Grab opposite elbow, hinge forward, okay? Try to keep that back straight, and let's rock side to side, side to side. You know, we were in COVID, and your busyness was really pretty much life stopped. Now we're out of COVID. I think everyone's making up for it, and there's a million things going on at one time. I said to my husband last night, you know, I really would like to just stay home for one night. Novel idea, I've got so much going on. We're doing home repair and putting a new hardwood floor. Now let's do some squats. So we're gonna open our feet and let's just squat and stand. And squat and stand. Again, we're just warming up the body. Okay, now if you wanna get a modification to this, you do squat, hop, squat, hop, squat, hop. Okay? Now, if this is hard, just doing a squat, I just want you to come down a little bit. Be kind to your body. I want you to do less. Feel really good. So you walk away and go, you know what? I did a pretty good job with that. And guess what you're gonna do tomorrow? You're gonna do it again. Okay. And down, and down, and down. Whew. Now what's happening is we're depriving our brain of oxygen when you huff and puff. We always talk about it. When you do that, you're gonna raise your metabolism because your body's gonna work harder to produce oxygen, and it's gonna think that you need oxygen all day. So your metabolism is up all day. Okay, we're gonna do half jacks. So, arms up, we're gonna meet an arm to a leg, into the side. Side, side. Now try not to reach too much, which I'm doing, right? Try to stay in one spot and open it up. I wish you guys could see what I'm seeing. So you have my filming studio here in the background. And then I have a couch. Huge sectional couch, because we're doing our hardwood floor. And I put it out here so it's right in front of you with pillows and blankets. You gotta make the most of your space. I think we used this house during COVID so much. It's time. You know, like every 15 years or so, 20 years in your home, it's time to just spruce it up a little bit, right? The new colors, new things start to fall apart. It's a constant process, keeping up with the house. This is what I tell my kids, hey, be ready when you buy a house. It's gonna be a big part of your life. Woo, round the back. And as you round the back, just hinge forward, brush from side to side. Perfect. And then slowly come up, chest forward, shoulders open. And down, and shoulders open. And down, and shoulders open. And down, and shoulders open. One more time, and down. Water, and then guess what? We're gonna get into our core. And we're gonna do some nice core work today. It's not gonna be fast, vigorous. It's gonna be slow, meaningful. Does that make sense? Water, I spilled my first glass all over my mat, so you might hear me go, whoa, I'll have an ice cube on my back. Okay, so let's come down onto the mat. Let's take our hands behind the head. Okay, and I just want you to raise your knees to meet your elbows, but here's the key. I want the lower back pushing into the ground. So I don't want you to really crank the neck. Please don't, you're gonna hurt yourself. Bring your knees up to your elbows. 4 and 5, and as you do so, exhale, push the lower back into the mat. 7 and 8, sorry if you hear the dogs in the background. I have my 3 poodles. I have standard poodles. They're escapees, my poodles. They're incredible animals. They can open the door. So we have this door that, you know, open the door. Well, the dogs, boom, they put their paw on it, open it, and then off they go to my neighborhood. So we have this neighborhood. Let me look and see. Okay. So let's do right leg out and in. Right leg out and in. Now when you come up, you're going to come up a little bit here. And now I'm going to give you another modification. Come in and do a little hop. When I say hop, lift your pelvic area off the ground slightly. If it's too much for you, don't. If it's too much for you, take your head down and just do lifting the right leg. What am I most concerned with? That your lower back presses into the ground, because you've got this deep transverse abdominal muscle, and I want you to get that on the inside, okay? It's a ring that goes around the belly, and if you're getting that muscle, then you're doing what you're supposed to do with your core. You have obliques, and then you have this TA muscle. So I'm gonna come out and hop, and out, hop. Oh no, so back to the dogs. This is kind of entertaining. So the dogs, we have Ruby, they live in this neighborhood, Ruby Hill, but they have the Nextdoor app, which everyone has, right? And perfect, take your knees into your chest, we're gonna do the other side. Every day, it feels like, okay, not every day, but every other day. Poodles are out again. And we try electric fence, we try everything, those darn poodles. So, we have a lot of coyotes in my neighborhood. And they're dangerous, right? But the standards are pretty big. And trust me, if they get surrounded, they're gone. And that's what they do. They get a little hot if you want. So, one person wrote in Ruby in the Nextdoor app, poodle chasing coyote. And then somebody else chimes in, no worry about poodle. Poodle, they eat coyote. Because you see my dogs chasing these coyotes across the street, and the coyotes are yelping because the dog's biting them right where their fanny is. And I'm trying to get the dogs back. It's like a calamity in this neighborhood with these poodles. Okay, 2 more. And 2. So yeah, the 2 standards. And then my daughter has a 3rd one. Oh boy. So we have white, apricot, and black. Let's go back and forth. Now, this is what I want you to do. I'm not sure. Let me check. We want to do slide your legs out wide, and then we're going to lift everything to the sky. So we're down here. We're wide, and we lift, and wide, and lift. So one day, the security, we have a gated community, right? So the security guard is chasing the dogs across the street, back across the street, back by where our clubhouse is. And you see this woman chasing the dogs, and so she gets mad, so she calls the police. So police come to the front door, and my daughter's like, uh-oh, what do my brothers do now, right? Not really, but we all make fun of them. They have a tendency to do little things, not big things, but they're grown up now. And so the cops, you see 2 cops chasing the poodles around the cul-de-sac, and the 3rd police officer comes to the door and says, look, you do this again, it's $250 fine. So needless to say, we're trying to keep the poodles in. Okay. And out, and one more time, up and out. Woo, how you feeling? Bring your knees in. Okay, guys, let's see what's next. Okay, we're gonna do some oblique work. So, obliques run side to side, hands behind the head, okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to cross over, so you take I have my left elbow to my right knee, and I'm straightening the leg and bending, and straightening. Now, where's your lower back? Attached to the floor. So then, back to the poodles. I always have good poodle stories. One day, the poodles are out on the golf course, and there's a group of golfers, and one gentleman puts his hat down, and it was, cool weather. And so my dog picks up the hat and runs home with it. So now the person whose hat it is, I'm reading this. Now mind you, I'm not even home because they let themselves out. The person reading it writes in this column, in response to the coyotes, you have no idea what happened with me with poodles. They took my hat, I followed them home, and I had to go inside of their house to get the hat. So, okay, elbow to knee, don't move it. And 2 more. 2. Okay, bring it in. Woohoo! Baby! You feeling those? Should be. So evidently, this gentleman came into my house, twist, straighten, and bend. Came into my house to get his hat from my poodles. I'm like, well, that's really nice. I think I better recheck that I'm locking all those doors. 3, and 4, and 5. So I'm sure they're out there now barking at the coyotes. 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Perfect. And bring it to the middle. Where are we at for time? Whoop, let's get up, man. It's time to do some strength. We don't want to run out of time. So here we go. We're going to do some upper body strength. Let's go. And let's get some water first. Okay. And here we go. We are going to we're going to put out a weight tray with our hands. You don't have to have weights. You could have water bottles. I mean, just doing your own body strength is absolutely perfect. And what I want you to do is come to a wide squat like this, okay? Wide angle. You can go back. Wide angle squat. And then I'm going to have you, we are going to take palms up, elbows tucked, and we're going to pulse back and forward, and back and forward, and back and forward, and back and forward. And there we go. And it's 4 and 5. So I got this halo collar, this Cesar Millan. And so now at least, it's expensive though, I can track them when they leave and know exactly where they are. 8, the shock thing doesn't work. It's amazing. 9. Pretty soon I'm going to be padlocking the doors with furniture stacked in front of my door. People will think I'm crazy. What are you doing? Well, it all started with the poodles escaping. 9 and 10. Now come on, let's pulse at the bottom. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it down. Back, forward, back, forward. When you're going back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Okay, so squeeze. I'm going to show my fanny too much. Okay, squeeze and squeeze. 4, 5, 6, just little pulses. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, come on up. Shake it off, shake it off. Next, we are going to do, okay, back to this wide angle lunge. You can come toes out or toes in. Stay in your wide angle lunge, okay? And you want to work on this fanny at the same time. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to take out to the side, in. Out to the side, in, and bring it up a little bit higher. Out and in. Shoulder height. 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Bring it in. Other side. 1 and 2 and 3. So if anyone has any suggestions for me with my poodles, by all means, send me a note. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh, it's quiet. 9, 10. Okay? Now, arms out and in, and out and in. Pull in the belly. 4 and 5. Sometimes you'll see them on my post. Okay, enough about the poodles. 6, 7, 8. I used to write a column years ago called Life with Wendy. And I wrote for a newspaper called the New Haven Register. And I would write a column a week, and it was self-deprecating humor. Keep it out and pulse. 10, 9, 8. So I would talk about all my crazy life stories, poke fun at myself, and then give you a lesson about, as a perfect parent, what you shouldn't do, not what you should do. And these are the kind of stories that I would talk about. Just like the I Love Lucy stuff that goes on in your house. I suppose I just wanted to let everyone know that we're all the same. At the end of the day, as my husband will say, same problems, different address. Although you may not have poodles escaping from your house and stealing people's hats off the golf course. You have other issues that are funny, right? If you don't make fun of them, if you don't have fun with your life, then what's the point? Okay, now we're going to reach in front with our palms up. So let's grab our weights, okay? And we're going to reach front and in. And you got this, front and in, and front and in. I'm looking at my picture. I have a huge TV screen, 55 inches, so I can see myself in case I make any real tactical errors. And I keep looking, I'm like, oh, my hair could use a little color. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Hey, hold it out here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, squat, and 2. Elbows up to the sky. 3 and 4 7, 8, and 9, and 10. Hold it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay low. Out and up. And out, palms back, palms forward. 3, 4. How's everybody feeling? Are you feeling this? We want to get the bis and the tris. We're going to get you ripped. We're going to work on the back. And we're not even doing crazy stuff, right? This is light stuff. I find myself yesterday in between, what was I doing? I don't remember. But all of a sudden I was waiting online. I called Amazon and I was waiting for them to answer. And I thought, you know what? Here I go. This is my desk exercise. So I'm sitting at my desk doing these while I'm waiting. And then of course, every time I use the bathroom, I do an exercise. And I pick one exercise all day. So yesterday was squats. So I had one of my students, because I teach one-on-one, right, as well. And I said, I'm sorry, I have to run and use your bathroom. So I came back from the bathroom and then I started, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing my squats. I go into the bathroom and I do squats. And then at the end of the day, I have 60 extra squats that I wouldn't have done. So I think I wanted that to stick in her mind. I wanted her to remember that, because I'll say, how did you do in your exercises today? Did you just fill in the dots, with some colored pencils? Do your exercises in between life when you can, because if you're standing there, what the heck, it's just habit. No, I didn't. So I said, okay, that's it. I'm going to have to do something so she'll remember. So let's see. When I see her today, let's see if she remembers. 8 and 9 and 10. Woo! Get some water. We got a few more to do. Chop, chop. Okay. Now, let's take our weight and let's not spill the water. Okay. Here we go. How's the hair? Looking okay? Okay. Palms up, okay, to hinge, and up to hinge, and up to hinge. You get that? Okay? Up, watch my back. Now I have to watch my back, because look, wait, better pull the shirt down. You see how my back is curved? No, it really shouldn't be. So I've got a little bit of scoliosis going, a little straighter, right? Out and back, and out. If you could keep 95% of all body injuries, when I say body injuries, aches, pains, things we pull, muscles, tendons, ligaments, 95% of all those tears can be eliminated with proper posture. But who walks around in a mirror all day, right? How are you going to get proper posture? So I guess that's what those bands are for around the shoulders. I'm constantly saying to my kid, I have tall sons and my husband's very tall. So I'm constantly, shoulders back, shoulders back, shoulders back, and back. Here and back. Also, your head has a tendency to go here. If you have it aligned with your spine, it's about 12 pounds. So if you have a choice, your spine carries the 12 pounds or your neck carries the 12 pounds. And then you're like, what the heck? My neck hurts. It's because you've got to keep it back. Okay, perfect. Let's see, I think I need my glasses. Now we're going to do palm two straight up. Okay, so now we're going to do here to here, to here to here. And it's 3, 4. Where's that curve on my back? Where's my head? Where are my shoulders? 5. A lot of times too, I'm going to give you another tip. We'll put the tongue on the roof of the mouth when we get anxious or we're stressed or we're trying really hard. And that causes tension in your neck. So tuck the chin a little bit, take the head back, and remove that tongue from the roof of your mouth. 5 and 6 and 7. Think of how good you're going to feel all day. 9 and 10. Woo! Hold it out. Circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. If you can't, no sweat. Just take your arms down, take your shoulders back, do a little shoulder roll. Just feel good, right? It's all about feeling good. 9, 10. Perfect. Let's do a little stretch and let's do a little meditation. Remember, today is not meant to kill you. Today is meant to start you. We don't want to kill you. We want you to be happy. We want you to feel good. So let's just take one arm over and we're going to stretch, stretch, stretch. We're going to end with a meditation. And I'll say to some of my students who haven't worked out in a long time, here's your job. Go to my app, which if you've not been there, it's Fitfannie with F-A-N-N-I-E. What it's meant to do is to just 5 minutes a day get you jump started. And it's everything. It stretches core, it's strength, it's a meditation. 5 minutes. Well, I'll have to try to schedule my clients later. No. You're going to get up 10 minutes earlier. It's 5 minutes. It's just a process where you're training your brain to say, look, easy exercises, you don't need weights, you do it with your body weight, and you're training your brain to say, it's a habit. I'm used to this, right? If you're used to sleeping with a glass of water next to your bed, every night you're just going to habitually drink the water because your brain, and hands behind, your brain understands that this is something that you do every day, and it doesn't have to use energy for it. So it likes that, and it goes into your subconscious brain. So it only has a certain amount of energy, your brain. And if it can do the tasks that come easy and that are repetitive, your brain will choose those tasks first, every single time, I promise. Okay, arms out, crisscross in front, shoulders back. Now here's what I want you to do. Chin to chest, head back. Chin to chest, because what you do is when you strengthen your muscles, you tighten them, they get tight, tight, tight. So we want to elongate those muscles. So let's take one hand behind the back, the opposite hand over the head, and then take the ear down to the shoulder. A great one too at your desk. Yeah, guys, follow me in, Snowflake has a channel, and it's my channel, and it was a little out of service, but now we're back, and I'm going to start posting a lot more things. It's very similar to what I do on my Fitfannie Instagram channel, right? And every day I try to post something fun, a fun exercise, a thought, a meditation. If we could connect with ourselves as lovingly as we do connect with others, our children. Think about how you love, if you have children, how you love your kids, or your boyfriend, or your animals, your pets. But why can't we love ourselves, the same way? Why not? We deserve to. And if you make that connection so that you really understand as you're going through your day, wow, I have 10 fingers. I have 10 toes. Wiggle your toes right now. Thank you, toes. I love you, toes. I have 10 toes. Okay, so now I want chest, chin to chest, and back. Chin to chest, and back. Best part. Grab yourself a chair, or lay on your bed, lay on your floor, lay on your couch, whatever works for you. And I want to come into a meditation. So closing the eyes. Let's see, am I in the right place? No, I gotta go this way. I want to be in the center. Okay, close the eyes. And if you hear the barking in the background, which I'm going to have to do something about, I want you to understand that that's a distraction. And in our lives, we have distractions. How do we pull away from those distractions? Pull back to who we are. Come back to our hearts. That's why we meditate. It's practice. You're never going to wipe the thoughts. But what you will do is you're going to practice knowing, labeling emotions. Gee, that's a sad emotion. Or I'm happy. Or I'm angry. And when you label them and you observe them, they feel your emotions go, okay, I got the attention I wanted, now I could go away. Okay? So I want you to practice just observing and labeling. So closing the eyes, gently resting the top lid on the bottom lid, and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Elbows are over or to the side, resting easy. They're underneath your shoulders. And find this neutral spot where there's a sense of ease and comfort. Shift your awareness to breathing without trying to control it. Just observe it. Hello, breath. And inhale, extend the belly. Exhale, take the belly back. Now let's begin to tune into this inner landscape of our bodies by observing the breath. The one thing that you're born with, that you will have for the rest of your life, is your breath. Your relationships come and go. Your looks come and go. The objects that we identify so strongly with, they come and go. But your breath is your best friend. And every time you hear the breath, you can say, okay, I'm with you. I got this. I got you. And breathe. Now for today, let's bring our awareness into one thing about ourselves that we might like to change. So for me, it's showing up on time, right? Because when I show up late for me. Because when I show up early, I'm empowered. I feel happy. So pick one thing and get clear on it. And if it's negative, turn it into positive, like turning selfish into selfless. So I would like to be there. I don't want to be there late, or I could say, I want to be there for me more often. So it could be time management, or it could be compassion or selflessness. Maybe it's being more positive and supportive to people who you're with. Maybe, this is a big one, it's taking the negative self-talk away. So when we hear that itty-bitty shit, I didn't say it, T, committee, pipe up in our brain, we could say, hello, committee. I acknowledge the fact that you're here. And now you're going to go away. So have a great day. And turn it into something lovable. So instead of saying, I'm unlovable, say, I am so lovable. Instead of saying, my thoughts are dark, you could say, oh my gosh, I have such wonderful, beautiful thoughts. So try to find that positive within the negative. So you uncover something that already exists. But we need to get clear. What is that one quality? So now look at your life with that quality as an embodiment of who you are, how you express yourself to the world. So how would it look if you could see yourself with that one quality? How would it look for me if I could see myself showing up early and being there for me? Perhaps putting on a little lipstick or brushing my hair. Doing something that I never would have done for myself. So get really specific to today. And tonight, I want you to think about how your evening will be different. And will your time with yourself be different just by having that one quality? And when you tuck yourself into your bed, how might it feel knowing that today was different? Because you had that gift. Will your night's sleep be different? Will I be showing up? I show up late to bed. If I show up early to bed, then I know, I say, okay, my deadline is 10 p.m. If I show up at 9:30, how wonderful will that be? And how different will my night's sleep be? If I could just close my eyes, show up for myself, and give myself 15 minutes to think about all the wonderful things in life I love. Happy thoughts before I close my eyes. So now visualize yourself in your mind's eye. So you're just standing there, okay? Notice how you look different with this one quality. It might be a reflection when you look into your eyes or a posture, and visualize yourself standing there with one quality and how it might look different. So let's see this potential to make this shift with the simple shift of the interaction that we have with ourselves. Begin to notice how that one positive attribute creates a glow in your body, and get vivid in the experience of what it feels like to embody that attribute. So you're no longer looking at the attribute, which for me would be showing up early, but instead the quality it reflects in you. I'm reliable, I'm respectful, I'm consistent. So bring your awareness back into the present. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and just experience that quality in your body. Seal it in and make it yours. So you're challenged to come back to this quality, even for a few moments, will be yours today, throughout your day. And it's repetition that programs the way we think and the way we act, like we talked about earlier, right? With the 5 minutes, and the way we pattern ourselves. So just keep doing this until it becomes a part of who you are. In closing, let's bring our hands together. Let's bow to your teacher. You bow to the others that are in this class. And you most importantly, bow to yourself. Thank yourself for showing up for you today and starting your day in such a positive place. Love you guys, and we're now at 9 a.m. on a Thursday, or noon East Coast, or 5 o'clock in Europe. Bye guys, have a great day.
Bye, thank you. See you next week.
See you next week.
Hi Fanny, thank you. So this is a new time, right, for the class?
Yes.
9:30?
I was